going on YouTube? I'm here with my boy Jesse. We are about to load up the RSX, the Integra, excuse me, for the last time leaving this home. It's a sad day, but is it a sad day?
Yeah, it's a sad day.
On to new beginnings, right?
Yep.
But yeah, let's get to it. We just put the stock suspension on right now with some donuts and one, what was it, a daisy you called it?
Yeah, Miata Daisy.
You got a daisy right there. So stock suspension, just slightly bolted on just to roll it onto the trailer. And still stock front end and whatnot. The legendary bumper right there. We got our trailer, shout out Sean. But yeah, we're about to load her up. All right, we got her out here. Jesse's helping me put some stuff into the car and the truck. Damn, look at that angle kit. Got the back loaded up with a bunch of parts. V-stack, radiator, FCS fuel tank, catch pan, steering wheel and whatnot. It's got no steering rack into it right now because we were gonna do EG into it. And I took the OEM rack out as well as the steering. Look at this old girl right there. She look good, don't she?
Yeah, she does.
She do look good. Look at that. Look at that. Look how fresh she look. Ugly in the back though. That fail forever. Trying to get the car on the trailer. No winch control, so. Strap down. Looking good. All right, y'all. The tease is over. We are at the new crib. So no, I didn't sell La Fea. You guys know I would never do that.
Nah, he won't sell it.
Nah,
Never.
we chilling here. So we just pulled up to the house. It's here in Orlando. If you guys know me personally, you know that I lived in Palm Coast, which is around Daytona Beach. But Orlando is a lot more centralized for not only racing, but a whole bunch of other stuff in my personal life as well. And I'm super stoked to be in this new home. That being said, we're going to send the puppy and take the car off the trailer real quick, put it into its new temporary home, and yeah, start unloading. Using a winch is easy, but using a winch without a steering rack, it's a little harder, but it's coming off good. Just is on the controls this time. I'm over here moving the tires, and she's almost in the garage. Pretty stoked. All right, so what exactly is going on? Right now it's about 2 a.m. and I just got done installing these garage lights. They are 3200 lumen LEDs. They were picked up at Walmart for like 16 bucks each, and I have 4 of them scattered on each corner of the garage. That being said, I have some announcements for you guys. We are actually in the new house right now, and I moved down to Orlando, Florida. So for those of you guys who do know me personally, you know that I lived prior to this in Palm Coast, Florida, which is a little bit north of Daytona Beach. And for not only personal reasons, but also racing as well, we decided to make the move down here to Orlando. Not only is it gonna be a lot easier to get stuff done in the car, to find parts, but it's gonna bring a lot more content to you guys in the sense that we'll be able to go to the track more, check out the street scene or whatever it may be over here. Obviously, since I have the move down to a new area, I start a new job on Wednesday. As for the Integra, we are pretty much still in the similar process of the engine bay is done, the block is in there. I threw some suspension on it right now, just some stock stuff to get it rolling, and the lower control arms and whatnot. This isn't the final assembly for it because I really want to get all that stuff powder coated, and obviously I'm going to be doing drag suspension and whatnot, thinking of doing like blocks. But we did get something in the mail that if you guys follow me on Instagram at Slow Integra, you know exactly what it is already. I'm going to go over that in just a minute. But in the meanwhile, this is the first time that the Integra actually sits in all 4, aside from bringing it down from on the trailer and whatnot. And I gotta say, it's bringing back some nostalgic feelings for sure. But she's looking good, obviously, aside from the ugly wheels and whatnot. But the weight plate is on, and it looks really good. The contrast with the engine bay, weight plate, obviously the undercoating and everything that we did. Now that it's actually sitting on the car, it's more subtle since it's not like at eye level or close to it. So I'm pretty stoked on that. And I think the engine bay it looks so beautiful. I love it. But yeah, so let me show you, oh yeah, the inside of the car right now. When we brought it, there was no steering rack and there's no steering wheel attached or anything. And I have a whole bunch of junk thrown in here. So it is super packed. I gotta clean that out in the next couple days. But I have my workbench right here, one of my toolboxes, air compressor, the hoist, the engine stand, a whole bunch of other stuff, my MIG welder. I'm trying to get a TIG soon, so hopefully I'll be doing some more welding videos. But this is our new VS Racing 67mm turbo. If you guys all are following me on Instagram, you saw that I was able to cop this a couple days ago, and it just came in. This is a billet wheel ball bearing unit with a .96 AR back housing, 67 front wheel by VS Racing, and this is what's going to be the power plant essentially for our front wheel drive Integra. So I'm gonna go a little bit more into that with the turbo itself, and in a couple of videos from now, once we actually get the manifold as well, I wanna show you a nice combination of how we're actually gonna do everything. But I wanted to give you guys a little update. That is the turbo that we're gonna be using. If you wanna get a good deal on this, obviously you can buy it through VS Racing and some of their dealers, but if you're trying to get the best deal, hit up Hunter Tuned. He actually has a YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna link it down below and you can check it out. He not only gets you good deals on it, but he does a lot of like tuning and whatnot himself and sells injectors, a whole bunch of other stuff. So hit him up for these great deals. And I'm super stoked on this. The billet wheel just really makes this pop. And that's gonna mean better spool for us and just gonna be a better unit altogether. I don't know, this video is kind of all over the place, but just trying to give you guys a little update on everything. So I am pretty stoked. Next thing going on with this, the manifold should be done later this week, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I was hearing from the company who's making the manifold, which I will be showing you guys as soon as I have it. And as for the cylinder head, the company SB Machine out in California, they're actually getting their new machine set up right now, which is a water vapor cleaner or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me if I'm ignorant or whatnot. But it's basically to clean the cylinder heads really, really good and gives it like that show car finish, like shine, without having to paint a block or a head. And it's really gonna make our head as well as all the other heads that come out of their machine shop like super nice. So we're waiting for them to set that up, and the cylinder head can be built right after that and then shipped right back to us, and we can start bolting all this stuff on. We have the big components already in the works. For example, the cylinder head, like I just mentioned, turbo manifold's gonna be done this week. The turbo's right here, intake manifold's right here. Like I said, I'm about to buy a TIG welder. I'm actually gonna look at a few units tomorrow, see if I can get one either in store, or if not, I'll order one online. And that means that all I need to get is intercooler piping, intercooler core, and I'll be showing you guys the fab work here in house, if all goes well, obviously. I'm not a fabricator at all. I've played with welding a little bit, aluminum, whatever I've played with in the past, I've been really bad at it. Steel, I've been okay at it, but steel is a lot easier for you guys who know on TIG welding. But that's the point of the channel. You guys have been with me since day one, and you know everything that I do. I normally really suck at the beginning, and then I get a lot better towards the end. We just like learning things. So that being said, we're going to be trying to fabricate all that stuff ourselves. It's gonna be fairly easy. It's not like I'm doing a roll cage or anything. It's not like I'm building things. I'm just gonna be focusing on my car right now, and I wanna be practicing and learning and show you guys the learning process as well. So the car's coming together. The biggest thing after the turbo kit and whatnot stuff that we need to get, the biggest thing is gonna be the ECU, which is Fuel Tech, that we're gonna be going with. And if we decide to go with the dog box, like PPG type thing, then that'll be a huge expense as well. But I'm right on the edge, because the turbo that we got right there is rated for about 850 flywheel, if I'm not mistaken. But given that our motor is a little bit higher compression than like generic motors, and the cylinder head's gonna be built and whatnot, we think it might be able to make high 8, maybe even 900 horsepower, which the motor will be able to take it by all means. So yeah, we're not sure if we're going to do the dog box, because if we stick to that 800 horsepower, for example, or at least keep that only on like 4th gear, for example, and do low duty cycle on the boost controller in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we might be able to use this transmission that we already have. But at the end of the day, like, we want to be able to shift clean and have safe, reliable power and actually put it down to the ground. So we might end up just getting a dog box after we get the car running. Who knows? But the biggest thing right now will be the fabrication and then the Fuel Tech. For everybody asking where I've been, like I mentioned, we just did the move, and it's a lot of big things. I want to get something for myself, probably like some land with a little shop in the back, so I can actually have multiple cars and whatnot, a couple lifts. But for now, this is going to be more than enough. We're super stoked to be here, and it's just going to be a nice place. We're basically Central Florida, Orlando, so we're going to be able to go to a lot more events and, you know, keep on recording and keep on having fun. All right, it's the next day right now. I left off last night because it was kind of late, and I woke up this morning to some bad news. My roommate actually got into a car accident, and we brought the truck back, and it is chilling right now. But aside from that, we are in the garage, about to work on my RSX, have it up on jack stands. And it's got the broken header. If you guys follow me on Facebook, I think I posted it. Look at that. Boom. So I have another OEM header to put on, although this one wasn't OEM. I'm gonna put an OEM one. And for everybody wondering, yeah, this is my buddy's truck, unfortunately. Sucks, but you know, it is what it is, and he's good, so that's what's important. But yeah, let's get started to work on this. It's just super hot right now, and I'm gonna let it cool down real quick. All right, so here is the header I took off, and the person who had this car before me, it snapped clear off, and they tried like making this together. You can see they didn't even clean or anything. It just got like a few spot welds on there. And look at this. Look at the collector, man. Don't do this to your cars, guys. Come on now. What kind of header was this? Megan? I think it's a Megan Racing header. Trash. I just got this OEM one. Picked this up yesterday for 30 bucks. No heat shield, but it'll do. That with a new gasket. It's ready to go. But it was pissing out oil in these last 2 days. It was leaking a little bit a couple weeks ago, and I changed the oil pressure sensor in the back. And I want to see if you can look now. It's that right there. It's broken. So the one I put in broke. I think that when the header broke, maybe like a piece of it flew off or something and knocked it and broke the tip off or the connector part. So yeah, that's gone. So I'm gonna have to do the connector as well as the actual sensor. And then I'll get some degreaser, because I used some degreaser when the truck came in to clean up all the automatic transmission fluid that was on the ground. And I ran out, so I can't clean this up and pressure wash it like I wanted to look exactly where the leak was. So yeah, just gotta wait right now for it to cool down a little. I'm gonna go to the parts store. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate to you guys real quick what the oil leak is from, what I think the oil leak is from. Here we have the oil pressure switch, sensor, whatever you want to call it, on the back of the block. I changed this recently, but since the header broke, I'm pretty sure that's what caused this to get melted right there. Obviously, it's completely done for right there, and check this out. Got the air on the back. And that's at about 70 PSI on my compressor. And obviously we know that our motors run at about 80. So yeah, that should be a clear tell of why it was leaking oil. All right, y'all, so it is the afternoon. The RSX is done. We got done changing not only the header, but we also put on a brand new oil pressure switch. As you saw in the earlier clips, it was leaking out the top. So we let it idle for about 10 minutes here, and there was no drops of oil. As of right now, looks like we fixed the leak because it was pissing out a ton of oil. Anyways, the main focus of this video was to basically give you guys an update of what's going on in my life and the channel's life. La Fea is in her new stationary home. We're gonna be working really hard on this. We're gonna be getting this car out very soon. Like I mentioned earlier, there are some personal goals that I want to achieve as well as racing goals, but I'm gonna try to be able to better maneuver myself. I keep on getting tempted to get a street car. There's a whole bunch of shells here in Orlando for sale, bunch of cheap parts, K-Series, B-Series, H-Series, whatever you can think of. And I need you guys, please drop a comment right now, hit the like button, and please drop a comment to tell me to stick to La Fea, because I'm never gonna sell this car. This car is gonna stay with me forever, and if I get another street car, I'm just gonna get emotional on that and try to build something else quick and forget about La Fea again, kind of like La Vader did to me. Not to place any blame on that car, I slacked, but I need to get this car out. So please, please, please spam the comments. Give me 10, 20, 30 comments telling me to get this back on the road. Hit me up on Instagram, shoot me a message, help me get that motivation. We have this car coming out very soon, and all thanks to you guys. If you aren't already subscribed and you want to see more information on not only this build, but the RSX, as well as La Vader that I mentioned earlier, which was our all-wheel drive build, make sure to hit the subscribe and notification and go check out our other videos. And like I said, leave a comment before you head out and hit the like button as well. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night. Peace.